You take his brilliance away, who you gonna go and get to stay in the top 4? You're not even in the top 4 now. You're fucked. If he goes, you're fucked.
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk. Go check. Sending call and banter my team and we banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Alright, listen, guys, I'm cold, you know, trust me. You might not cold in here,
It's
blood.
not that cold today, bro.
Nah, it's been worse.
Nah, it's freezing. Like,
worse.
it might be the fresh tree, it might be the skin fade, but I'm cold. My head top cold, people. I'll tell you what's not cold. The seats at Wembley, because that's where Manchester United are going. That's where we are going.
Come on, no boy.
Okay,
We're going to Wembley. Yo, King, you going to Wembley this season?
No.
I'm not even gonna ask you, Liverpool fans at
Smart, why
home.
you went back to Wembley?
Shut the fuck up.
Just make sure you lift that, innit?
Huh?
Make sure you lift that trophy, innit?
I could say the
Just
same
make
to you.
sure you lift
I could
that
say the
trophy.
same to you. Well, we got what? We got four opportunities. 3 if you want to be technical. We got 3 opportunities to make sure we lift. How many you got?
2.
Right. 3 is the magic number.
You better win all of these the way you're going on. Yo, remember how he's going on, you know?
Nah, I have to, man. You gotta get it while it's in. You see these man living in the moment, man. I'm living in the moment. Fuck it, I'm enjoying my season. You get me? But let's be honest, you didn't give a fuck about that cup, did you?
Nah, I didn't care,
Yeah,
bro.
of course you
Nah,
didn't.
nah. Them man's position, them man don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about all that. Moving like gigs and that, bruv.
Obviously, you never want to lose a game, but
Yeah, but
I was just happy that
In the greater
everyone
scheme.
got through the game, like, all right. Obviously, party come off, but that was just a precaution. It's
has he got a
calm.
broken rib or something?
Nah, it's bruised rib.
He'll be back for Everton, man. He'll be back for Everton. Even if it is bruised, you know Arteta's gonna
But
inject
yeah,
him with
like,
certain.
yeah, I'm glad he rested the team against City, bruv.
You did too. He wanted to see. It was a good test for your B team still to see how far they had come. How many
They
changes did City
didn't
make?
do too much.
City made one change, the goalkeeper. Edison didn't play on it.
That's what I'm saying. What did you say?
I said Arsenal didn't do too bad considering.
Nah, they didn't still.
1-0.
But I see a lot of Arsenal fans taking that and just be like, yeah, our first team can smoke these, man. You can't. I hear
I don't
it.
know about smoke, but
I hear it, but you just can't.
I'm more
Right.
confident. Not even confident, I'm less worried.
Listen,
There's a difference between confident and less worried.
yeah, as an Arsenal fan right now, yeah, you man should be confident to play anyone because I sit here and I made a tweet about it the other day. I'm not. Give me anybody. I'm confident, bruv. Like, there used to be seasons not so long ago where I'd be like, oh, we've got these, man. Get me to Anfield, bro. Can't wait to get to Anfield, bro. Trust me.
You said that about Crystal Palace, bro.
Yeah, I was confident and we should have won the game. We should have won the game with them last minute ones. Just because you're confident going into a game doesn't necessarily mean you're going to
You
win.
was like 3 points, 3
3
points.
points, bro.
You only
And
got one,
wait,
bro.
when was it? In the 87th minute?
I think it was even later than that, bro.
This was the 88th minute.
God damn. It was going so well. It was going so well up until Casemiro got the red card, but we missed him for one
Beautiful
game.
goal as well.
He's back. He's back. Fuck their goal, bro. You give them credit for it, bro. Fuck them, man. Have we played them again yet? No, we played them this weekend. This weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We played
Palace
them
again this weekend.
Yeah, we see what you lot are on, innit?
We'll get the predictions in a bit.
But yeah, Big Casse is back. I know you've seen his performance on the weekend.
Can't say. Can't say.
What are you
I'm
telling
not
me
gonna
about
get gas
performance?
card.
What, that Reading tax?
Me the team.
This is what I'm
The
saying.
Reading tax.
Has Partey, wait, let me ask you a question though. Has Partey pulled off them kind of performances there against the littler teams?
Partey ain't playing. We rested him, bro.
You need to rest him, that's
Exactly,
why.
that's the difference.
You get me? We don't need to rest.
One thing I've
Big
noticed
Casse.
about Ten Hag, he goes strong nearly every game, bro.
He wants a trophy.
Even
man.
Europa League, like,
Yeah.
banging.
He wants a trophy.
But
bro.
how he rotates them is sick. So what he'll do is he'll play Casemiro for like 60
Yeah,
and then take
something
him
like
off. When the
I
plan-
ain't seen Rashford have a rest yet, bro. All
Rashford come up
season.
around 60, 50.
I'm not
game.
starting, no. It starts
Yeah,
nearly
it starts
every
Yeah,
game.
it starts every
Starts every
game. It
game.
starts every game. It's because you know the B team's not
He's
good
a
enough,
winner.
man.
Nah, you know what it is,
Fucking
fam?
hell.
He knows how to win
Not-
games, but
not good
he
enough.
likes to get ahead early and sit on it. That's it. He knows how to win a game. Like,
Fucking
no homo.
Good God. We gonna pray for you. We gonna pray.
Nah, but that's his. Ever since like he's been at Man U, I've clocked one thing about him, bro. As soon as he gets that first goal, he's happy to tell everyone to sit after that.
I'd rather do that. If I was a manager, I want to win the game and
Yeah,
then
fam.
Yeah,
rest,
make
man,
my
you get me?
changes. Yeah.
'Cause it's harder just trying to bring man on to change it. You get me? I'd rather secure the win and then bring man off.
That's why. That's how we fix it. Just get the momentum there. Like against Forest, like on Wednesday. I don't expect to see none of the heavy hitters. Not one. He probably will play them, knowing him, just to keep them like fresh and whatever else. But well, keep them the momentum going. I mean,
half a game.
yeah, but I don't want to see none of them. I didn't really want to see none of them against Reading, but hey ho, if Casemiro wants the stat pad,
I don't know
not a
that
problem
last,
with
the last
that.
30 with the youngers, man. I'm glad we paid the big hitters, man. Them youngers are a bit, all over the gaff. They come in the game not really knowing what's going on.
Nah, man, it depends which ones you're talking. I think Palestri's come in and he's been good.
Have you done the draw yet?
Palestri,
That's a good question. Nah, 'cause, as we speak, West Ham and Derby are playing on it.
Oh, so draws today?
The Derby, yeah. But you know what? I was just about to start. I was just about to go ham no homo, but we'll wait. Big shout out to the sponsors, Sip Shack. People go online, get your crates in, man. www.sipshack.co.uk. You got the Rum Shack there. I know a couple of them Liverpool boys need a couple of those, man. You know?
Trust me. To brighten up your day.
No pun intended. But without further ado,
Spicing of your life.
isn't this is the last show before February? Yo, that forfeit's on the horizon, boy. Yo, Capo.
Yo, you should have just said to him, bro. They're getting in the new season, man. Fuck it.
Get it next season, lads.
Nah, we're gonna try and
We
get
can
it for
do a
you.
proper thing, you get me? We're gonna hit the booth.
We're gonna try and get you a proper one. Try, but
All three of us will sing on it.
The
bet
harmonies.
it is.
Sound like boys to men, man.
but yes,
for the Rum Shack
it is
and that.
time for tweet of the week. Tweet of the week. You wait till I get some auto tune on that, people. Trust me.
Sound like T-Pain and that.
Yeah. bit of young ads and that, man. Dirt Bike. What's the name? Dirt Bike LB. Keeves.
The tweet of the week. Give him a little.
Read the tweet, Keeves. Just rub my hands.
Okay. This week's tweet comes from Ayan Femi at AFM234, and he says, people acting like if Klopp leaves Liverpool, the football club will stop to exist. Liverpool was before him and will continue to be after him.
Wow.
It's a quick team of the week.
Liverpool, you know.
That's how you and I feeling, blood.
It's right crazy what's going on around them Scouse bits right now, bruv. Car. The way they was competing with for quadruples and all that last season, bro.
You get me, bruv?
Like,
What's happened?
I don't get what's happened.
You know what's mad, yeah? I had couple Liverpool man saying shit to me about, look how you like treating Ronaldo. He was like, you saying it's finished, or you saying it don't fit the plans. He was your best player last season. How do you go from that to him being like in the predicament that he is? I could ask you exactly the same question. And what are you gonna say to me? Oh, we sold our best player. Did ya? You replaced him with 86 million and then another 37. What go on for you, man, bro? You just shit. Let's just have it right. You are shit for loads of different reasons. It's all well and good blaming the board.
What are the reasons, though? What are the reasons that you feel like they're in this predicament?
Why?
The shite.
There's loads still. Like, okay, banter aside, trolling aside, some Liverpool fans blame the board, you know, jumping on the Glazer out bandwagon and all that. So FSG get some stick. Some stick goes towards Klopp because they say like he's too loyal to certain man and blah blah blah, and then the players not being good enough. Like,
what's your reason though? Instead, not like nothing had to do with what you heard as a Man U fan looking in. What do you think their problem is?
I actually I hear all points still. Like with the tell a lie, I don't necessarily hear what man have to say about FSG, because I think FSG are better than the Glazers. I think FSG are one of the best boards in the league, to be fair. They've given Klopp everything that he wanted.
Replace players when they need to.
You get me? Like, they've kept the contracts in order. Salah's the first one to get the mad thing contract, and they didn't even want to give it to him, because you look at Salah now and you understand why they didn't even want to give it to him. I don't think FSG's done wrong. From the outside looking in, I can't see what they've done wrong. I do think that they can be better, but you could have the Glazers, bro. Like, the only thing that the Glazers have going for them is that, they spend money. FSG don't just spend money. They, like, focus on the football club. What has Klopp wanted that has not been given? And man saying midfielder, but when you look at it, no one told him to go and spend 37 million on Gakpo. Like, nobody told him to do that. Can't say that was the board or this and that, rare tear. He green lighted it, bro.
No, but you see that one though, I feel like they didn't want to miss the boat, you get me? Like, if they didn't get Gakpo now, there's no guaranteeing that he wouldn't have gone somewhere else.
But it was never supposed to go for him in the first place. Like, what bandwagon are you trying to jump in? What in your plans?
No, but obviously they're trying to think ahead, you get me?
Players put out feelers as well. That's what man got to realise. Players will send out their agents and get a feel for who wants them now.
But you got to look at it like this. What was more important for them, like Gakpo or getting a midfielder? Because you got friggin' Thiago just with these glass legs, bro. Like, the man is just injured all the time. Fabinho is in bad form. Henderson clearly can't do it. You're relying on Keita as your engine in the midfield, and his shit, bro. Man tried to tell me he's better than Fred. He didn't need Gakpo. He did not need to spend that money on Gakpo. But obviously, Klopp's green lighted it, and the board have obviously planned it. But just because things are going wrong now doesn't necessarily mean you have to blame the board. But a Liverpool fan can say to me, bro, what the fuck you talking about, bro? You don't know what you're talking about. That's why I say from the outside looking in, I've never heard Klopp say that I wanted this player, I wanted that player, and I never got him. They was the ones that give him the new deal. Like, he wanted to go, him and his wife, they wanted to go back to Germany. And they were just like, nah, what you reckon, stay? So I don't see how FSG are to blame here, because they haven't signed you a midfielder when you're in need. I think that's on Klopp personally. But what do you think?
I think right now there's a whole lot of factors. I feel like it's what they call it, a ripple effect. So basically,
butterfly effect, knock-on effect.
I feel like the board, they're part to blame, because not that they don't give Klopp money, because he has had money, but they clearly need to address the midfield, but they haven't given Klopp the money to do that. But at the same time, Klopp's not helping himself by saying stuff in the press like, the squad's fine. Do you get me? Because if my manager's telling me that the squad's fine, I'm not going to put more money in, you get me?
Yeah, facts.
Exactly. So you want me to spend more money, but you're telling me the squad's fine.
He needs media training.
You get me? So at the same time, the players that they got, a lot of them are over the hill now. Henderson, Milner, a lot of them are over the hill in terms of their Liverpool career as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain has been there rotting for how long now? Never really been good enough. Naby Keita.
Coming from Arsenal,
It's better than Fred, apparently.
Naby Keita. Who else?
Keita.
That's what they say.
Wait, whoa.
Fabinho now is looking like a shadow of a player that we've seen over the last few years. It's mad to think that
Trent needs replacing and they're just hanging on because he can cross in a board.
to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, Trent's had a shocker, like,
He's awful
by his standards, but the last few, since the World Cup, it's been alright, I think. He hasn't been their worst player. At the start of the season, he was their worst player, but
Nah, he ain't been their worst player.
He's just not that good of a player. He can just cross.
it might be
And spectacular passer.
A desire thing, like when you've come so close to doing something amazing, and it's just a knockback. It's not even. You gotta think. All these years, that team, if it wasn't for Man City, they would have won a lot more. You get me? Yeah. The amount of times they've been 1 point off the title, or you get me? And that can affect you when you've given so much and not had the rewards for it. Like it does have an effect on you.
That's fact.
You get me? So
eventually you're gonna be tired of it.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna be thinking, and a lot of you gotta think or consider. Maybe some of them are starting to doubt Klopp. Like, yeah, he did so much for us, but
like a Wenger
he's
situation.
only took us so far now. You get me?
You know, like a Wenger
but
situation.
It's that thing. Like, what's that Batman quote? You can die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. You get me? So that happened with Wenger. He stayed so long that he became the bad guy.
Yeah, it's facts.
And obviously, Klopp's nowhere near been there as long, but everyone was saying he shouldn't have renewed his contract. Should have went on to a new project and that.
Nah, he should have.
Maybe.
I feel like this season will still be his last though.
I don't know.
Nah.
I think
you see me?
He said he wants to be there for 10 years. He said he wants 10 years. Klopp?
I don't know for Klopp, man. He changed. Bro, his interviews are the weirdest interviews
He just loses his head.
He says whatever he feels.
I was chatting shit about Wenger over there. You see it?
Nah,
he just loses his head.
bro.
He just
See when
loses
he
his head.
the draw against Chelsea for his 1000th game.
He bought up Wenger in that.
He was like, oh, Arsene Wenger lost his 1000th game 6-0.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gaining from that? Bro?
Listen, he just loses his head. He's a sore
Why is he
loser.
gaining
But
from
you know
that?
what?
Him and Pep give the worst.
This is why I think this is why like he's a
They're
top
big
manager
babies,
and
bro.
he's in the conversation for the best manager in the world right now. Fam, man can't name me a top manager that doesn't lose their head and don't like losing. Klopp, bro, excuses and all these things is the
when he draws,
worst.
he's got something negative to say.
If it don't win, bro, exactly, fam. If it don't win, fam,
It's
his
just
head's
like an
just gone.
excuse.
His head's gone. I've seen this geezer blame snow and wind, bro. You think he's not gonna call out Wenger for losing his game, fam? His head just goes and it's just long. But I will defend Klopp here because you can't go like Klopp has gone toe to toe with oil money for what 6 years now.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the Liverpool peas compared to the Man City peas, he should not be going toe to toe with Manchester City. Really and truly, let's be honest. It should be Man United going toe to toe with Man City. It should be Newcastle going toe to toe with Man City.
But that's in a perfect world and on paper though.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not a perfect world and it's not on paper because what really happened is he had a couple players that he bought for a change and turned into the best in the world. That's different. On paper, like what you're saying, he isn't like toe to toe with oil money at all. He just luckily enough got a player worth. How much did you buy Mane for, blood? How much did you buy?
32.
Look at that, 32 for your Manes. How much did you buy Virgil for?
75.
75 for Virgil. How much would Virgil in his peak? How much would he have went for, bro? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? He bought players that turned into who they were.
Salah
Under
was
him,
cheap
bro.
as well.
35.
Look at that. You know what I'm trying to say? So he ain't got oil money.
like 6
But
mil,
what he
8
has
mil.
got is players that
when the
turned into
market was-
absolute beasts.
That was
under
when the
him.
market was half decent, but you also got to look at it. All right, then safe.
Nah, but even then, like
Even then,
35 million.
yeah, there wasn't
Salah wasn't the
breaking
player
records.
that man.
Yeah,
that
fam.
he
Yeah,
is. That
I
he-
hear that.
Well,
I
not-
hear
Like, that
that.
wasn't oil money, basically, is what I'm saying, innit?
Yeah, but that's what I'm
turned
saying. He
into oil money players
couldn't
because-
compete. Yeah, but he couldn't
Just
compete with
personally.
oil money. I'm not just talking about
At the
them.
time of buying all them players, none of them was world class.
None of
The
them were world
work,
class, bro.
but here, like, my point isn't that whether there was world class or not. He was competing with oil money with the lack of resources that FSG have. And I'm not saying that in contradictory to what I said earlier. I'm saying, like, when you look at Manchester City and look at Liverpool, like, the resources are just not the same. But yet, for a good 6 years, there was neck and neck. Man City beat them to the table by 1 point twice. To the league, twice. But where Pep could just, okay, all right, then safe. I need a midfielder. Let me just go and get Calvin Phillips for 50 mil. Klopp can't do that with the Liverpool resources. Not because FSG don't want to do it for him. It's because they just can't compete with Manchester City's peas, bro.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question now.
Go on.
You see how I just said he luckily enough bought some players and they turned into world class signings. Now, on the flip side, now you've got him having to replace players that are leaving and his replacements have all been questionable.
Have they? Or have they just have bad seasons? Car Nunes for Mane, it's not really questionable.
Go back to who we bought, like, what? When was Keita? 3 seasons ago now?
Nah, he bought...
Not last season before?
Nah, he's been there for about 4 years now, I think. It's coming up to... That's why he's not renewing his deal, innit?
Even that, Keita, you got who else? Fabinho. Like, bro, they've got some players and it's questionable because they didn't turn out like Mane, your Salahs, your fucking Virgils. They didn't turn out like that. So now it's a question of, is he good in the market as well, though? Because just because he done it before and he got lucky and some players turned out absolutely amazing, bro, doesn't mean you can do it again. You get what I'm saying? So maybe they are where they should be now.
I disagree. I disagree
as well.
I disagree. I don't think it's luck. I think he's got eye for talent, bro.
I'm not saying it's luck, but I'm just saying if you just look at like who we bought before and what they turned into and who he's bought now and what they're turning into, 2 different kettle of fish.
But he hasn't really. This is the problem. He hasn't replaced. He's only replaced one of his title-winning team, though.
I know, but I'm talking as a whole. They've dropped off as well. So now they're not playing at what they used to be, and he's buying players that are also not playing at that level.
Some of them are. They've just been injured. Diaz and Jar. They've been bad boys for Liverpool. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
They've been bad boys. I think that Milamino when they bought him, he was good. I don't know why they loaned him and then sold him, but he was good. Kanate, generally speaking, he's a good player.
Yeah, I think that as well, but under them I ain't been seeing it, man.
That left back that they got, what's his name?
Tsimikas.
I think he's a good player.
World class though. If you're like these men are gonna
they can get there. They can get there. I think they can get there. Just whether or not the will is a different argument. I do think he's bought well. Obviously, man would throw Nunes.
I think he's bought well. I just don't feel like. I feel like buying Wow and buying a fucking Salah before he was Salah, like, you can't compare them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I hear that.
But that's what I mean. Like, he's not, like, he hasn't bought another Salah, he hasn't bought another Mane, Virgil. He hasn't bought none of them.
He's trying. I see these man put up pictures of the next generation of Gakpo, Nunes and Diaz. That's what they're calling the next generation for Liverpool. But Will Klopp's
It could be. But, you know, they're paying like right now. So.
On paper, it looks like it, but we'll have to wait and see. In regards to Klopp, though, I think I said it on Twitter. I think he's earned the right to call out the board, bro. Champions League and a Premier League, fam. The board could never look at him and be like, "Yo, how come you throwing us under the bus? Want to get rid of you?" You think if the board sacked Klopp, I don't know about right now, but genuinely speaking, if the board sacked Klopp because he was just like, "Yo,"
they slapped him. That's a case.
Because like, yo, I wanted a midfielder and there's no value in the market and all the stuff that Jose Mourinho and Conte and that do, and they sacked him because of that, the fans would go nuts. Absolutely crazy. He's earned the right to say, listen, the board know what I want and they're not delivering. For whatever reason, they're not delivering, so we just have to say, he's earned that right. So 100%. All this loyalty to players and to the board, like, he doesn't need to give them that because he can leave Liverpool tomorrow and who's not going to come in for Klopp? Really,
I think that's the biggest problem. The over loyalty to players.
Yeah, man.
And
Get
the
Henderson
stubbornness
gone.
to the place.
Yeah, man.
Because you got to even think about the fringe players like Chamberlain. He should have got him out ages ago. Yet he's still there.
Ages ago.
They could have got Chamberlain out. Got a 15 million couple of seasons ago. Probably could still get that now and use that for someone else.
100.
It's one less body. But because he's got Chamberlain there, he's thinking, do I really want to buy someone else when I could?
Just use
someone not to start as well when I got Chamberlain there. You get me?
Man. Another thing I think Liverpool fucked up with, they made the wrong decision. They decided to keep Salah and get rid of Mane. You fucked up, man.
Yeah, but Mane, that wasn't their choice. Mane said he wants to get off after a while.
If they give Mane $350k, he would have stayed. He would have signed on the dotting line and stayed. 100%.
You know, Chamberlain was on more money than Mane.
Yeah.
Mane was on something like between 50 and 80, and Chamberlain's on 120, bro.
You gotta remember that. At the end of the day,
got a village to feed, man.
Goals win games, innit? And you're not gonna get rid of your highest goal scorer, your main goal scorer, Salah.
But that's where Klopp comes in, and he has to make the difficult decision. He has to look at it like the same way.
You gotta tie them both down at the end of the day.
Tie them both down. But if you have to make a choice,
hand in hand without them two without each other, bro. I don't know. Mane maybe can still do it, but Salah without the Mane, bro, I don't know about that.
His numbers are still respectable this season.
Nah,
To be
true.
fair, that's the crazy part. Like they're actually still respectable, but nah, man. In regards to that tweet talking about Liverpool was something before Klopp, and there will be something after. Like, what stone age? What age are you living in?
Living in the 80s.
Yeah, man, 70s, 80s. Because who were Liverpool before Klopp, please?
Obviously, they had the Champions League in what, 2005.
2006.
2006.
Sure, it was 2006.
I don't know. Anyway,
5 or 6, whichever one.
I know they had back-to-back. They had back-to-back finals.
They could have.
I'm not
Don't
taking that
forget
tweet
AC Milan. I think.
the same way as you, man. Then, cause I'm looking at it as I feel like he thinks. You know, like how man are saying like there's bare bandwagon fans for Man City.
Yeah.
Since it's all since Pep in it realistically. It's like man saying as soon as he goes and like let's say the money stopped, I don't know. Everyone stops. Everyone that started supporting him at the start of that now stops. I feel like that's what he's trying to say with Liverpool. Like through all this winning shit, like there's been a lot of fans making noise, and man think as soon as Klopp leaves, all of that's leaving. But it's like Liverpool was a club before him, and there's still gotta be a club without him. Like he's not the be all and end all of Liverpool. I feel like that's
so
what it means,
basically,
you get me?
what you're saying, your perspective of the tweet is before Liverpool started winning shit, there was no Liverpool fans. Now Liverpool fans.
Nothing to do with the fans. Just there was still a team, bro. Like we were still here. Like,
He's
put it
basically
this
trying
way,
to say
he's supported them
Jurgen
since
Klopp
he was in
isn't
Napoli.
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's
like
what he's
the
saying.
club is bigger than Jurgen Klopp.
We know that. We know.
But I
we
feel
know
like
that.
that's what he's trying to say. Like I feel like he's trying to say all these
But you club
fans
were-
acting like it's the end of the world when Klopp leaves. He's
It is the
basically
end of the
saying,
world,
fam, I've seen it before him and I'll still see it after him. I'm a Liverpool fan, bro.
People just gotta realise that football
Changes.
comes in cycles. You get me?
Yeah.
Football changes.
And Liverpool had their cycle. Whether people want to banter them, oh, you
Sober
won one
now.
title in your golden era or whatever. But at the same time, they won every trophy. So, what, every trophy in what, 6 years, 5 years?
Respectable, fam.
Still, of course, that's a lot
Who
more
else
than
done that? No one, 'cause
majority
it
of
was them.
clubs in their history win. So,
Yeah, man.
you gotta get what you can out of it, bruv. I'd love it.
The only thing that they
I'd
have
love
over
5
you,
trophies right now.
but the only thing they have over you when you had your time is a European Cup or title. That's it, bro. Everybody else,
We had multiple.
you get me?
Premier
Everybody
League
else,
titles.
Chelsea, Man United, just to name those two, because those are the big four. Let's be honest. Man grew up on Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Who I just say? Whoever else. Anyway,
Nigga just losing his mind, bro.
the only thing that they have over anyone else is the European Cup over you lot. Apart from that, they've got 1 Premier League title. You lot got 3 and an unbeatable one. You've got
Alright,
the
then, let me
achievement.
ask you this one. What's the bigger challenge? Competing back in them days when it was Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, even Liverpool was still there about. Probably not probably not winning it, but they were still competing for the top 4. Or the last few years when it's just been Liverpool competing with City. Like which era would you say is more challenging? When there's more teams that can win
back
it,
then,
or,
yeah, like, back then,
or when you're
100%.
competing with a super team in Man City.
Back then,
back
You
then,
gotta
man.
think about this, the points
The gap.
totals that Man City are throwing up.
it's only because of
Any
the
other
money.
years, Liverpool are winning them leagues, bro.
Yeah.
So
Man City been a machine.
exactly.
bro.
So you gotta think what's harder, really.
Nah,
But that's
Back
why
then,
it's
still
done a
harder.
fantastic job
Yeah,
for me.
back then still hard though.
He done that with Man City are only doing this because of the money. Like you go Pep and Man City go hand in hand.
No, but you could say that about Man United back in the day. Man United every summer will go out and buy the best player.
Yeah, but we didn't have just one team competing, bro. We had you lot. Then Chelsea came along.
No, but at the same, there's an argument to say it's the same as Man City. Man City could go out and buy whoever they wanted.
Yeah.
So
but
I don't see a difference there. You get me?
we was buying like the best players, but then so was you lot and Chelsea and Chelsea.
Arsenal wasn't, bruv.
You man was buying
man,
1 and 2 man, bro.
Name star players that Arsenal bought.
Henry.
Arsenal was a star when we bought him. Yeah. I mean, Henry was a star when we bought him. No, he was not.
He was not.
No, he was not. He was a Juventus reject.
None of them was still.
None of them were stars, bro.
You wanna deep it? None of them was still. But Chelsea, bro, that was Jose Mourinho. Good
because obviously Abramovich come in and just did a mad thing. You get me?
We had him.
But I'm just saying in general, like.
I think it was harder back then, and it's going to get harder now because you see.
I'm still saying back
Newcastle. Newcastle are there. They're gonna be. They're about to spend money.
Trust me, in 5 years' time, bro, the league could be crazy, bro.
Bro,
Crazy.
I feel like you know the skill level now to then as well. The skill back then, the skill level was like here. Now the skill level is here, and there's some crazy players now. But I feel like. Everyone was that sort of that kind of back then, you know, like everyone was kind of on the same level, skill wise.
Or maybe is it because that was our generation growing up? Like,
But what I mean is like, let's say 98% of the league was at a certain level. Then you had your star player for every team that was up there, but that didn't carry them. Like that couldn't carry a team to victory every single time. So. It was still a battle every single time, you get me? Until the moment of brilliance, when fucking Henry would do something crazy, or you had your fucking Ronaldo's coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm trying to say?
Back then,
on average, I feel like a lot of the games were good games.
Back then, I'd say you had around 10 stars in each league. You don't have that now.
Now you got 10 stars playing for one team.
Basically, like all the stars are just.
Look at Chelsea now.
All of the stars are basically in the Premier League because that's just where the money
Man
is.
City's whole team. Well,
I don't know. Like most of the stars in the world now are just where the money is. If you deep
fucking Premier League, fam, there's gonna be no one else anywhere else soon, bro.
Like,
what man's saying about this tweet then? Reasonable.
I think it's shy as shit. Because when Klopp goes, who you gonna get? Like obviously things come in a cycle. But if Liverpool was to sack Klopp tomorrow,
yeah, but there would still be. After him, that's what he said in the tweet.
Yeah, there would be. Obviously, they're not going to change the name to Liverpool something else or whatever. The club will still be there. The fans will still be there. Yeah, we know that. But we sack Klopp tomorrow. If you lot are complaining about the money that FSG put into the club, and now allegedly they're not selling, they're looking for investment. You take his brilliance away. Who are you going to go and get to stay in the top 4? You're not even in the top 4 now. You're fucked. If he goes, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah, and I was enjoying it every step of the way. You fucking pricks! I can't stand you, bro. What are you saying about the tweet?
Me personally, the way I'm looking at it is reasonable, isn't it? Like, he's a diehard fan. You got to realise that some man are saying it from a place of love because they've supported it from he was a youth. So him saying that as his like younger self and he fully loves his club, bro. There's still going to be Liverpool before him and after him. Same thing. If you was to sit down and talk to him, he'd probably say, bro, Klopp's the best person we've ever had, but that still doesn't, despite the fact that Liverpool will still be Liverpool after him.
I hear all that, but...
You know what I'm saying? So his tweet makes sense to me.
Technically, every club's still going to be the same club. I mean, fucking hell, look at Derby.
Yeah, but that's all he's saying.
Derby are still Derby, but he's saying it like, people are basically saying, yo, if Klopp goes, we are fucked.
He's talking to them.
The same way how man said when Ferguson goes, we are fucked, and we was fucked for 10 years. Now we got 10 hard, and we're coming back. Man, it don't matter. We was still fucked.
United.
We still was fucked.
United.
It don't matter, fam. We was fucked. We was fucked. Having man like David Moyes.
Red Devil.
Man was having David Moyes just break every single record after record. Got Liverpool coming to. I mean, got Newcastle coming to the OT. Newcastle coming to the OT and bopping man over 4-0, bro.
Moyes is stabinking with flipping.
Get me, bro.
Hammers.
Yeah, Liverpool will be Liverpool technically. What Klopp goes, you'll be in turmoil for a little piece, because there ain't no one else that you're going to replace him with. What you think of the tweet, Cubes?
Give it Giggsy to the end of the season.
Fucking hell.
I think it depends how you look at it. Like, my man is obviously... I feel like he's talking from a place of privilege. Like, he's talking as the Liverpool fan that, we've won everything. We expect better. You get me? But a lot of that glory and success is because of Klopp. Yeah. You get me? So there's not. It's hard to believe. Well, it's not hard to believe, but he basically feels like we can be just as successful without Jurgen Klopp.
That's crazy. Like, if he was to say that technically, then
the
that's
grass
crazy.
isn't always greener. You get me? Sometimes you have to ride Ride
Don't
the
laugh
storm.
right now, no.
Weather the
Nobody's gonna come in and take over and do the match.
See where it goes. If Klopp leaves, then man.
You're fucked.
No, you never know.
You're fucked.
Football's a crazy game.
You're fucked. Unless you're gonna go and get Ten Hag or Arteta or Pep Guardiola, you're fucked.
But in essence, what he's saying is true. Liverpool was there before Klopp and will be there after Klopp.
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk. Go check. Sending call and banter my team and we banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.